Oh, okay. We're going entirely way too far with our not only support but love for the LG G5. Now, like whatever TV you want, buy whatever TV you want. Right? Normal? Okay. We're starting to take facts and turn them into fiction. And I don't know how this is happening. Now, if you're wondering what I'm on about, recently, AV Forums or AVS Forums, I can't remember, it's so similar, AV Forums, I believe, made a video showing the S95F versus the LG G5. And people are either tone deaf or have selective hearing. Because in that video, two things happened. One, you saw tangible proof that the LG G5 cannot beat Quantum Dot OLED. You know, like I've been saying this entire time. But then you also heard the editor say as much. And then you could also see it on camera.
This is superior to what we have seen with WRGB or OLED panels so far. Although the LG G5 does get much closer this year, but it's still behind the purity of QD-OLED.
And this means what I've been telling you, remember what I told you specifically about the spectral power distribution chart way back when they first started even hyping this up in the marketing and all of it began? I said what? The spectral power distribution charts were tangible from all QD-OLEDs of all years. And in that little CES thing, they showed you the spectral power distribution chart and we saw it side by side and we could clearly see that QD-OLED was still better. And then what do we hear? The LG G5 is the best TV this year. It beats everything. The ignorance. It's pure ignorance because it doesn't beat it. We're looking at it scientifically. I've said this, and I know you've heard me say this. And what really bugs me is people go, oh, well, there were examples where the LG G5 on camera looked better. Okay, this is the part where listening to the presentation is key. You can't just watch a presentation, right? Like, you're never going to get anything out of it if you just watch it, if it's something that you need to rely on the presenter to give you. And that, in this case, is a bit of information about the color cyan. And so in the little Kung Fu Panda reels that he was showing you, it looks like, undoubtedly, I'm literally looking at it. I don't know if you can see this. Like, look, I am literally in my camera reel looking at it side by side. You know, you probably can't see it, but I'm looking at the little panda thing. I'm clearly looking at it right now. And it looks better, right, than the S95F on camera. But then if you pay attention to his words, he says it looks slightly cyan, however, doesn't look that obvious to the eye. Well, if you look at that Kung Fu Panda bit, the one thing that really came out was how cyan it is. Now, yes, there is a lot more going on as far as the scene and everything, to which I'll draw you to the next thing. These televisions were never optimized. I'll say it again. Neither of these televisions were ever fully optimized to be, again, a fair comparison. Because if you have a television that gets 4,000 nits of peak brightness, it has quantum dots, the presenter is admitting that it produces more color, and while LG is closer, they're falling behind. There is no example you could show me that the LG would be able to bake it to such a degree like what you saw on camera. Now, the color being better will be shown and prevalent in certain examples. One example is the one example of the city between the S95F and the LG G5, where you could clearly see, if you zoom in on the picture, the LG G5 and the city, it's dead, it's pukey, it's everything LG has always been. And then you look over at Samsung and you see warmth to the city lights, where LG makes them look green. And again, these are the things, as somebody who's recorded these TVs for the better part of a decade, I can pick this out and say, yeah, I'm noticing where we have a clear advantage on Quantum Dot OLED. Another example would be on the Cactus. See, a lot of people don't realize, but when you look at the Cactus and you see the yellow looks better on the LG, or rather on the S95F than the LG G5, along with the color green and all of the warm tones like the orange in between the Cactus that you're just not getting on the LG G5. This is the difference in color. Everybody is so fixated on the matte finish screen, playing stupid, dumb, and whatever else, okay, that they are not willing to give credit where credit is due. To which I will say this on camera. I own last year's Samsung S95D. I have compared it to the G series, and I met the same thing. A bunch of LG fans and fanatics and lovers of the brand lying about the performance of that television, saying how amazing it was, only for it to get destroyed by the S95D. So having a matte finish screen didn't even matter. This year they're coming back, now they're redoubling down on the same argument. Oh, the matte finish screen. That is your only argument you have to cling on to, because if you really are honest and you look at the scientific data, not my feelings, not my opinions, fuck me, I don't matter. Scientific data, you look at what it says, it's clearly in the favor of the QD-OLED. And not even that, but then when you look at it with my settings, because bet your bottom fucking dollar, I'm going to be investigating this myself, and I will show you what I'm saying right now. Because I guarantee you, there's going to be those in the comment section that say, oh, well, you need to get the TV before you can speak about it. I mean, it's the most infuriating thing, because it's honestly a waste of money for me at this point. I can buy it year after year after year after year and show you year after year after year, and then these kinds of videos will come out and people will pick and cherry pick, and they're a self-fulfilling prophecy. They want so badly to see LG winning that when they see LG, they say, oh, you're winning, you're the best ever. They don't care about cameras. They don't care about how cameras will tend to oversaturate certain things. Dimmer TVs tend to look more clear and have better contrast. They don't care. They don't understand these things because they're not in the business. They don't do this, right? But any honest presenter will tell you the truth. And again, I behoove, any YouTuber watching or anybody who's about to pick up a camera and talk about these TVs, it's in your best interest to tell the truth, because I will be showing the truth. So either look stupid, because the way I tell the truth, I show without a shadow of a doubt, nobody can ever say I did anything to make it look worse. It will look what it looks like. So either tell the truth or get exposed hard. That is your only warning. I was nice, okay? And I will be name dropping those who do not do this. The reason I'm going to be holding YouTubers accountable is because I am tired of literally video after video after video. It's just marketing. It's all lies, and it all screws over the consumer at the end of the day, because we genuinely, if we don't have experiences, people think we're getting a good deal, and then we realize we've been ripped off. And that if we would have just spent the exact same money somewhere else, we would have had everything we thought that one thing we just overpaid for was going to give us. And that's where I come in. I believe in honest and fair reviews. Transparency and organic, honest reviews need to come back. And all of you that make YouTube videos, you all are fucking capable of it. I don't believe a soul alive on this channel that watching it, viewing it in any aspect, interacting with it at all, is incapable of honesty. It's a choice. And that is something I hope a lot of people come to their senses and realize we can get better products if we are all collectively honest. Now, if you're not going to listen to me and you don't like me for whatever reason you've made up in your mind, not knowing me personally, to not like me, go for it. But if you are a YouTuber lying about these products, I will expose you, and you are not going to like it because I am quite thorough. I will use scientific data, and I will use my personal data from my tests, and you will see in real time, everyone, just how far behind the LG G series really is. Now, that is a warning, and I've been very transparent. I'm putting everyone on YouTube on notice. Take note. Tell everybody. I'm putting you on notice. Don't lie. Don't fucking do it, because I will so take your video and put it side by side next to the real results. Don't play. And I will teach people how it works when we record things, even if I have to do a series where I show people in real time how cameras manipulate results based on the camera you're using. Seriously, don't try this, because I've gotten so tired as a YouTuber. Over a decade of doing this, and it's not changed. The lies, the camera tricks, the lack of transparency. Again, not everyone is doing this. There are some people that will, within their marketing, be honest with you. Fair, okay. But it's the people that want to take this and run on Reddit or run the comment sections or anything like that and make videos and whatever else, good luck. Because the truth will be put out there at the end of the day. Everything that's done in the dark will come to light. Now, this isn't all doom and gloom. It's not to say that LG is the worst thing you've ever seen, but it is to say that they are not as good as you've been hearing. I've seen, and I will name drop right now, HDTV Test, Stop the FOMO, Brian's Tech Therapy, fucking Display Guy, and a few other YouTubers have enthusiasm for the G5. Perfectly valid. What isn't valid is when we start pretending like the matte finish screen is such a detriment that you couldn't possibly have a great experience that rivals and surpasses what's on the market right now. If you watch my videos again from last year, you will see time after time after time. The LG getting beaten badly. And not only that, but the Samsung surprising me where I thought it would lose because of the matte finish screen. It didn't even fucking matter. To which I made a statement last year. And if you recall, I said this. Imagine how big of a flex it is that a matte finish screen that nerfs contrast and destroys clarity is still clearer, sharper, with more depth and looks better than every fucking TV I reviewed that last year. Imagine that for a second and palate how crazy that is. So could you imagine how fucking superior Samsung would be over everyone if they just put a fucking glossy screen on there? That's something Samsung needs to fucking arrive back to because they are so close and yet so far away by being stupidly tone deaf on the matte finish screen. I don't know why people don't believe these wonderful inventions called blinds or curtains exist, but they do. And if you have a light problem, put them up, close them. Problem solved. Let us have our glossy screens back because that would change the game and give even more clarity, widening the gap to a level nobody could catch up to. Food for thought. But that being said, this whole nonsense about LG being some grand TV, again, I'll just tell you what the title tells you. The LG G5 isn't the TV you think it is versus the Samsung S95F. And if nobody told you, you heard it here first at Quantum TV. I want to thank you guys so much for watching the #1 brand in honesty. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later.